Budget players, rejoice. Your answers have finally been answered. What? Budget players, rejoice. Your prayers have finally been answered. What's going on, guys? My name is Tutu from HeadtoHead Battles, and in today's episode, we're going to be talking about all the brand new updates with the new gate and the new N/R event. All right, we're going to be talking about some of the best NR cards without going too deeply into the decks themselves, because the last time we did that, everybody was like, oh my god, Susu, you're so stupid. Haha, this video doesn't make sense anymore. Guys, you know what? I'm so sorry. You're right. Never make videos again, you pathetic loser. So to avoid that from happening, we're going to be going over the best cards and kind of teaching you the best ways to play around some of the other cards while going over some of the archetypes that could be useful. All right, so without further ado, wait. Before we move on to the content, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, hit that notification bell, and comment down below if there are cards that I've missed or a strategy that I've missed, and comment down below how smart you are compared to myself. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Alright, so the first thing that I quickly want to get out of the way is this new solo gate. So, it says that the new gates have been added to solo mode, and it's the fairies who paint the weather. Without doing any Sherlock Holmesing or going over to the solo level tab, this is definitely Weather Painters. Weather Painters is a really fun archetype, and it can be really powerful if you can get the cards that you need on the field, but it is a touch slow, but it's very recursive, and it does a lot of things really well. The next thing that I want to talk about is this NR Rarity Festival. So this says the NR Rarity Festival will take place during the dates listed below, which is the 23rd to the 3rd, so it is longer than the other event, which is really nice, and the time to receive your rewards is April 3rd to the 6th. So you have a bit more leeway this time and a bit more time to really figure out what the best decks are to farm these N/R medals. All right, let's keep reading. So UR and SR cards aren't the only strong cards, which is true. There are a lot of N and R cards that are really powerful. Okay, the medals info is basically the same as the Xyz Festival. You'll win whether you win, draw, or lose, as long as you don't quit or surrender. And medals are claimed at the end of every duel, and you can immediately gain rewards corresponding to the number of medals you've earned. And hopefully the rewards are a little bit better than the rewards that they gave us last time, because those rewards were really bad. All right, so let's keep moving on. This is the important bit, which is the forbidden and limited list. So it says below is information on the event exclusive to the NNR Rarity Festival. So forbidden cards, obviously, any card that is SR or UR is going to be banned, okay? Now, here is where it becomes a little bit interesting. It says some cards with the rarity of NNR related to the following archetypes will be semi-limited, limited, or forbidden. In this list includes True Draco, True King, Megalith, Magispector, Generator, Time Lord, Phantasm Spiral Dragon, and Tenyis. It's not saying they're all going to be forbidden. This could change. And some of the cards, will be limited or semi-limited, so don't immediately, not make these decks, but kind of pay attention to when they release that forbidden list. All right, so cards to be limited: the following cards with rarities N and R will be semi-limited, limited, or forbidden. Cards that deal effect damage to the opponent, cards that can easily be used to defeat oneself, and other cards that may affect the balance of this event. They've clearly learned from the Xyz Festival that Yu-Gi-Oh players are a bit smarter than they gave us credit for. It's definitely us. We are the problem. It's not Konami, it's us. All right, so we're going to be going over some of the cards that are going to be really impactful in the upcoming festival. Let's get into it right away. All right, so the first card on my list is Banisher of the Radiance. It is a normal summon card, and this card reads: any card sent to the graveyard is banished instead. So this is basically Dimension Shifter or Macrocosmos, and it is really powerful. And if you pair this with like Moon Mirror Shield, which we will go over in a little bit, it can be extra powerful as well. Next card I want to talk about is Planet Pathfinder. This card says you can tribute this card and add a field spell from your deck to your hand. So if generators don't get like forbidden to the gate, you can go Planet Pathfinder, tribute it, and add yourself Generator Boss Stage, I think it's called. Yeah. The next card is Cyber Dragon. It is a level 5, but if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. It's basically a free special summon that doesn't start a chain, which is really nice. Next, we're looking at Cock-a-doodle-doo. This card says if there are no monsters on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 3 monster. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no cards, you can special summon this card from your hand as a level 4 monster. If this face-up card would leave the field, banish it instead. And it is a winged beast tuner, so that makes it even better because there are a lot of powerful synchros that are N/R that we won't be going over today, but you can definitely go into some powerful synchro plays with this for free. The next card is Radiant, the multi-dimensional kaiju. Basically, we have every N/R kaiju available to us in this pool because they are really powerful, right? Being able to kaiju your opponent and give yourself a kaiju that's even bigger to kind of beat into his or her kaiju is a really powerful strategy. Next, we're looking at Danger Dogman. All the dangers are a free draw 1, and if this card is discarded, you can have all face-up monsters your opponent controls currently lose 1,000 attack until the end of this turn, which is still a pretty powerful strategy if you ask me. Next, we are playing Godarla, which is a 2,700 attack kaiju. Another card we're playing is Danger Thunderbird. This card says you can reveal this card in your hand, and then your opponent will randomly choose one card, and if you discard any other card, you get to summon the Danger Thunderbird. But if the Danger Thunderbird gets discarded, you can pop a face-down card, okay? Which is really powerful. Next, we're looking at Danger Ogopogo. Same thing. If I get to summon this monster, after revealing it, I can draw a card, and if I don't, if this card is discarded, I can send one danger card from your deck to the graveyard except itself. In this case, it would be the danger. It's a danger spell card, but generally all you really care about is having that bigger body on the field. All right. The next card is Parallel Exceed. This card says if this card is special summoned by the effects of Exceed, its level becomes 4, and how do you summon it? If you summon a link monster, right, or if you link summon, this will trigger in your hand, summoning it to that link arrow, and then summoning another one of itself from the deck, allowing you to go into a free rank 4 Xyz play. If you guys head over to twitch.tv/head-to-head battles, you see me use this card all the time in trap tricks, okay? Next, we're playing Thunder King, the Lightning Strike Kaiju, which is the 3300 beat stick, as well as Jizukiri, which is the 3300 beat stick. So basically, there are no cards in the game that can stop you from tribute summoning over your opponent's monster unless they're playing like Mask of Restrict, but I don't think anyone's going to be playing Mask of Restrict, okay? The next card we're looking at is Fissure. Destroy one face-up monster your opponent controls that has the lowest attack. It's not the most powerful spell card, and trust me, I've looked at all of them, but this is definitely more on the more powerful side, all right? Next, we're looking at Advanced Draw. Because we are playing a lot of level 8 or higher monsters, this card is really beneficial to us. It says, I contribute one face-up level 8 or higher monster you control to draw 2 cards. Any card that says draw 2 cards is insanely powerful, trust me. The next card that I want to talk about, and we touched upon earlier, is Moon Mirror Shield. This card says, if the equipped monster battles your opponent's monster during damage calculation, the equipped monster's attack and defense become equal to the attack or defense of the opponent's battling monster plus 100 during damage calc only. If this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can pay 500 life points and place it either on the top or the bottom of your deck, and you will always have access to it. Now, the next card is Generator Boss Stage. If generators do get banned, obviously this card won't be useful at all. But if Generator Boss Stage is limited or even semi-limited, and you have most of the good generator boss monsters, this card is really powerful. This says, once per turn, if a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, so basically in the draw phase, you can special summon one generator monster from your deck in defense, and if you special a generator monster during your opponent's turn, you can special summon as many generator tokens as possible in attack, but destroy them during the end phase, which is really nice because the generator boss monsters use the tokens to trigger off their effects, okay? The next card is Dimensional Fissure. This card says, any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead, so basically like Banisher Radiance, but in this case, it's monsters only. The next card is Mystical Space Typhoon, okay? Unfortunately, Twin Twister and Lightning Storm are SR and UR respectively, but this card says I can target one spell or trap on the field and destroy that target. So if you don't want Generator Boss Stage to resolve, you can definitely MST it. Next, we're playing Book of Moon. This card says, I can target one face-up monster on the field and change that target to face-down defense, and it's a quick play spell card, making it really powerful and extremely viable even in the most meta decks, okay? Next, we're looking at Inferno Tempest. When you take 3,000 or more battle damage from one attack, you can activate this card. Remove all monsters in each player's deck and graveyard from play. This card is insanely powerful, and there are multiple ways for you to kind of take that 3,000 damage, even without your opponent attacking into you, but rather you attacking into your opponent, all right? The next one we're looking at is Forbidden Chalice. This card says I can target one face-up monster on the field until the end of this turn. That target gains 400 attack, but its effects are negated. Now, I can see this card being not very useful in the N/R festival, simply because there aren't going to be that many effects you're trying to negate anyways, but it could help you kind of beat over a monster if you Forbidden Chalice your own monster, which is still kind of nice. Next, we're looking at Silent Graveyard. This card says I can discard one card. Effects that activate in the graveyard this turn are negated. So this card is really powerful. Actually, it's really powerful even against Drytrons, but you know, nonetheless, this card is really powerful because a lot of the N/R cards, and trust me, I've had to read most of them for this video, do activate in the graveyard, unironically. Now, this is a card that I've been using in my Gren Maju strategy, Concentrating Current. This card says I can target one face-up monster that you control. It gains attack equal to its current defense until the end of this turn. Notice how it doesn't say original defense. Other monsters you control cannot attack during the turn you activate this card, and you can chain this to itself if you open multiple. That means if you, let's say you have a Jizukiri, the Star Destroying Kaiju, you can Concentrating Current, target the Jizukiri, and it will have effectively 5,900 attack, and if you chain it again, it'll have, I don't know, I can't do quick math, but you get the point, all right? Moving over to our trap cards. One of the best trap cards that are is Torrential Tribute. This card says, when a monster is summoned or monsters, destroy all monsters on the field. This card is really powerful, and it helps clear the board pretty easily. Another one is Bottomless Trap Hole. It says, when your opponent summons a monster with 1,500 or more attack, destroy that monster with 1,500 or more attack, and if you do, banish it. So if it had graveyard effects, it's definitely not getting them anymore. Another card is Needle Sealing. When there are 4 or more monsters on the field, destroy all face-up monsters. It basically works like Torrential, but it's a little bit better in the sense that, you know, even if you have 4 monsters on the field or 3 monsters on the field and their opponent summons 1, you can still Needle Sealing it. But in some instances, Torrential could be better because they're, you know, neither of you might be playing decks that put that many monsters on the field. So, you know, pick and choose your poison, I guess. The next one is Compulsory Evacuation Device. This card says I can target one monster on the field and return it to the hand. So if it's a monster that can be easily special summoned over and over again, obviously don't pick that monster, but generally it works on most normal summons or like most special summons from the extra deck. That's when it's most powerful, okay? The next card is a Pointer of the Red Lotus. This card says I can pay 2,000 life points, reveal your entire hand, look at your opponent's hand, and banish one card from their hand until the opponent's next end phase. So generally, it's a hand rip that you do have to pay 2,000 life points for, but if you have been playing the game for a while, life points are a resource, not really your life points. Next, we're playing Trap Tricks Whole Nightmare. This card says when a monster that was special summoned this turn activates its effect on your opponent's field, negate it and destroy it. So it's basically Solemn Strike, but the only downside is it needs to be special summoned that turn, which is actually a pretty big downside. Next, we're playing Paleozoic Dinomischus. This card says I can target one face-up card on the field, discard one card, and if you do, banish it. And once per chain, when a trap is activated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard as a normal level 2 monster, which is a really good way to make Totally Awesome, but Totally Awesome is definitely not an N or an R, okay? Next, we're playing Floodgate Trap Hole. It says when your opponent summons a monster and changes to face down defense forever, your opponent literally cannot flip it up, okay? Next, we're playing Network Trap Hole. Actually, a lot of the Trap Hole cards are N or R. Maybe Trap Tricks is pretty good, but I'm pretty sure Sarah is a UR, so I don't know. Maybe we'll do a deck profile on it. Network Trap Hole. When your opponent special summons a monster from the main deck or graveyard, banish it face down. So really, really powerful. Generally, if you destroy a special summon monster from the deck, they have effects in graveyard. If they're good, this will completely stop them in their tracks. Next, we are playing Dogmatic Punishment. This card says I can target one face-up monster your opponent controls, send one monster with an equal or higher attack from your extra deck to the graveyard. If you do, destroy that monster, but you can't special summon from the extra deck until your next turn, which is actually insanely not that bad for the N/R event, because a lot of decks probably aren't running extra deck monsters anyways. Next, we're playing Gravity Bind. This card says level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. All right, so it might come in handy. The last one that I want to talk about is Phantom Knight's Pogblade. This card basically says I can target one effect monster, negate its effects, and that monster cannot attack, nor can it be attacked. So sometimes it will bite you in the face, but there is another effect to it where you can banish it and special summon a Phantom Knight's monster. So if you are playing some form of Phantom Knight deck, then it's going to be pretty good, all right? That's it for me today, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment down below if I missed any cards, or if you feel like a certain strategy is going to be really good. I have a feeling I'm going to be getting a lot of gadgets and metal foes, because that's what the Discord is saying. And join the Discord. I'll have all the links down in the description box down below. We have a separate Master Duel section where we can help you in real time without the lag, sometimes the lag of the YouTube comments. Also, if you guys want to see some live gameplay, you can head over to twitch.tv/HeadtoHead battles, where we do a lot of live testing with a lot of the decks that people really do enjoy, and I promise it will not be Elwick. Alright, so I don't want to take up any more of your freaking time. Go spend the rest of the day, you beautiful bastards. I'll catch you in the next one. My name is Susu, signing out.
What's up, guys? If you haven't subscribed, make sure to click that button right there in the middle.
Also, if you haven't watched that video that YouTube is recommending you, it's probably crazy, alright? Go watch it. This is Susu from HeadtoHead Battles.
HeadtoHead Battles.
Signing out.